The same woman stood outside his window. Her face was still hidden behind her long black hair, but now she was closer, too close. Her hand slowly slid up the glass, leaving faint streaks as if it was wet. Arjun couldn't move. His body felt frozen, like something had taken control of him. The knocking stopped. Silence filled the air. Then, very slowly, she tilted her head. Not like a normal person. It bent at an unnatural angle, almost sideways. Arjun's breathing became heavy. "What do you want?" he whispered, his voice shaking. There was no answer, just silence. And then suddenly, she disappeared. Gone. Just like that. Arjun blinked rapidly, trying to process what he had just seen. "This isn't real. This can't be real," he muttered. His hands trembled as he tried to start the car again. This time, the engine made a weak sound, but still didn't start. Panic was setting in now. He looked around. The road was empty. No lights, no sound, no sign of any human life. Then his phone screen lit up suddenly. Arjun jumped. There was no signal before, but now there was one notification. An unknown number. He hesitated for a second, then opened it. "You should have stopped." His heart dropped. He quickly looked outside again. Nothing. But the feeling that someone was watching him, was getting stronger. The temperature inside the car dropped even more. His breath was visible now, like cold air surrounded him. "This doesn't make sense," he whispered. Then, slowly, the radio turned on by itself. Static noise filled the car. KKKKRRRRR, KKKKKRRRR. Arjun reached out to turn it off, but before he could touch it, a voice came through the static. A woman's voice, soft, broken, and unnatural. "Turn back." Arjun froze. The voice repeated again, "Turn back." Then suddenly, the radio went silent again. Arjun didn't think anymore. He grabbed the steering wheel and tried one last time to start the car. This time, the engine started. Immediately, as if nothing had happened. He didn't wait. He pressed the accelerator hard and the car sped forward. "I'm getting out of here," he said, almost crying. The road stretched ahead, but something felt off again. The trees looked different, taller, darker, almost like they were leaning toward the road, as if watching him pass. He kept driving. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then he saw it again. The milestone. NH2712 km. Arjun's hands went cold. No, no, no. He slammed the brakes. This is impossible. He had been driving straight. There was no way he could come back to the same point. His mind started racing. "Am I stuck here?" he whispered. "Is this some kind of loop?" His breathing became uneven. Then suddenly, the car headlights flickered again. Once, twice, and then they went out. Darkness swallowed everything. "Not again," he whispered. This time, before he could react, he heard it again. That whisper. But now, it was not behind him. It was right next to his ear. "You can't leave." Arjun screamed and turned his head instantly. And this time, she was sitting beside him. In the passenger seat, her face slowly lifted. Her hair moved aside just enough to reveal something that made Arjun's blood freeze completely. Her eyes. They were completely black. No pupils, no whites, just darkness. And her lips stretched into a slow, unnatural smile. "Now you'll stay." Arjun's scream echoed through the empty highway as the car suddenly began to move on its own. Without him touching the wheel. Without pressing the accelerator. The steering turned by itself. The car slowly drifted off the road, into the forest. And the last thing Arjun saw before everything went black, was dozens of figures standing between the trees. Watching, waiting, smiling. The car kept moving deeper into the forest, even though Arjun's foot wasn't on the accelerator. His hands shook violently as he tried to grab the steering wheel, but it felt stiff, like someone else was controlling it. "Stop! Stop!" he screamed, but the car didn't respond. The woman beside him sat completely still, her black eyes fixed on him. That same unnatural smile stretched across her face. The trees outside grew thicker, blocking even the faintest light from the sky. Within seconds, the road disappeared completely, replaced by uneven ground and dry leaves crunching under the tires. Finally, the car stopped. Silence. Complete, suffocating silence. Arjun didn't move. He couldn't. His heart was beating so loudly it felt like it would burst out of his chest. Slowly, he turned his head toward the passenger seat. Empty. She was gone again. No, 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 he whispered, his voice barely coming out. He quickly unlocked the door and pushed it open, stumbling out of the car. The air outside was freezing cold. Too cold. His breath turned into white mist instantly. He looked around. Tall trees surrounded him from every direction. There was no road anymore. No path. Nothing. I have to get out of here, he said to himself. Then he heard it. Whispers. Not one voice. Many. Faint at first. Then growing louder. Stay. Don't leave. You came. Now stay. Arjun covered his ears. Stop it, he shouted, but the voices only grew stronger. They weren't coming from one direction. They were coming from everywhere. From the trees. From the ground. From the air itself. Then suddenly, a branch snapped behind him. Arjun turned around instantly, and saw them. Figures. Dozens of them, standing between the trees. Tall. Thin. Unmoving. Their faces hidden in darkness. But he could feel it. They were all staring at him. His legs felt weak. What are you? He whispered. No answer. Just silence. And then, one of them moved. Slowly stepping forward. Then another. And another. Within seconds, all of them began walking toward him. Not running. Not rushing. Just slow. Steady steps. But somehow, they were getting closer too fast. Arjun panicked. He turned and ran in the opposite direction. Branches scratched his arms. Roots tripped his feet, but he didn't stop. He just kept running. The whispers followed him. Louder now. Closer. Run. Try to run. You can't escape. I have to, he gasped. After what felt like forever, he saw something ahead. Light. A faint yellow light. Hope. There's someone, he said, running faster. As he got closer, he realized it was a small roadside dhaba-like hut. A dim lantern hung outside, flickering weakly. Arjun rushed toward it and banged on the door. Hello. Please help me, he shouted. The door creaked open slowly. An old man stood inside. Thin, quiet, expressionless. His eyes looked tired, but strange. Like he already knew. Please, help me. There's something in the forest, Arjun said, breathing heavily. The old man stared at him for a few seconds. Then said in a low voice, You shouldn't have come here. Arjun felt a chill run down his spine. I didn't know. I just took the highway. The old man slowly stepped aside. Come inside. Arjun hesitated for a moment, then quickly entered. The inside was dim, lit only by a small lantern. The walls were old, covered with faded pictures and symbols Arjun didn't recognize. Sit, the old man said. Arjun sat down, still shaking. What is this place? What are those things outside? The old man didn't answer immediately. He closed the door and locked it. Then he turned toward Arjun and said something that made his blood run cold. They're not outside. Arjun frowned. What? They're with you. Arjun's heart stopped for a second. What do you mean? The old man slowly pointed behind him. Arjun felt his entire body go numb. He didn't want to turn. But he had to. Slowly, very slowly, he looked behind. And saw her, the woman in white, standing right inside the hut. Smiling. Closer than ever before. Arjun jumped up in terror. How is she here? The old man sighed. Because she chose you. Chose me. Arjun shouted. Why? The old man's voice became darker. Years ago, many people died on that highway. Accidents. Disappearances. No one knows the truth. But their souls never left. They wait. For someone new. Someone alone. Arjun shook his head. No, I didn't do anything. The woman took a step closer. Her smile widened. The old man continued. If they mark you, you can't leave. Arjun backed away. There must be a way. Tell me how to get out. The old man looked at him silently. Then said, There is one way. Arjun's eyes filled with hope. What? Tell me. The old man stepped closer. And whispered, You must take someone else's place. Arjun froze. What? Before he could react, the door behind him creaked open slowly. Cold air rushed inside. The whispers returned, louder than ever. And outside the hut, those figures were waiting again. But this time, they weren't alone. A car was approaching the highway in the distance. Headlights cutting through the darkness. Someone else. Coming this way. The old man looked at Arjun and said quietly. Decide quickly. The woman in white stood right behind him now. Her cold breath touching his neck. And her whisper echoed one last time. Stay. Or replace. The headlights in the distance grew brighter. A car was coming closer. Slowly moving along the highway Arjun had just escaped. His heart pounded violently. No. I can't do this, he whispered. The old man's eyes didn't move from him. If you don't choose, he said coldly, they will choose for you. The woman in white stood just inches behind Arjun now. He could feel her presence. Cold, suffocating, inhuman. Her whisper crawled into his ear again. Stay. Arjun squeezed his eyes shut. There has to be another way. He shouted. But deep down, he already knew. There wasn't. The approaching car was now clearly visible through the broken window of the hut. A young couple sat inside, laughing, unaware of what waited ahead. Just like he was, a few hours ago. Arjun's breathing became heavy. His mind raced. If I warn them, they'll be safe. But he couldn't finish the thought. The old man stepped closer. You don't have time. The whispers outside turned into low growls. The figures in the forest began moving again. Faster this time. Arjun looked at the couple again. Then at the woman behind him. Then at the old man. And in that moment, something inside him broke. I don't want to die, he said softly. The old man nodded slowly. Then you know what to do. Arjun turned toward the road and ran. Hey, stop, he screamed, waving his arms. The car slowed down. The driver rolled down the window slightly. What happened? Are you okay? Arjun forced a terrified expression. Please, help me. My car broke down in the forest. Something is wrong here. Please let me sit inside. The couple looked at each other, unsure. Then the girl said, let him in. The door unlocked. Arjun opened it quickly and got inside the back seat. The moment he sat down, everything went silent. The whispers stopped. The cold air vanished. It was normal again. The driver looked back. You okay, bro? You look really scared. Arjun nodded slowly. Yeah, thank you. Just drive, please. The car started moving again. Back toward the highway. Back toward safety. For a few seconds, Arjun felt relief. He was alive. He made it out. But then, the girl in the front suddenly frowned. Do you guys feel that? She asked. The driver glanced at her. Feel what? It's cold. Arjun froze. Slowly. Very slowly. He looked into the rearview mirror. And his heart stopped. Because this time, he wasn't alone in the back seat. The woman in white was sitting right beside him again. But she wasn't looking at him anymore. She was staring at the couple in front. And smiling. Arjun's breath got stuck in his throat. No. That's not how it was supposed to. The old man's voice suddenly echoed in his mind. You must take someone else's place. Arjun's eyes widened in horror. I didn't escape. I brought it with me. The girl suddenly turned around slowly. Her eyes met Arjun's. But something was wrong. Her expression changed, twisted. Her pupils slowly faded into darkness. Just like the woman's. The driver's hands tightened on the wheel. Why did you stop on this road? He asked in a low, unnatural voice. Arjun's body went numb. I didn't. The car engine suddenly shut off. Right in the middle of the same highway. The headlights flickered, then died. Darkness returned. The girl began laughing softly. The driver joined her. Not normal laughter. Something broken. Something inhuman. Arjun tried to open the door, but it wouldn't move. Locked. Trapped. The woman in white leaned closer to him and whispered. You didn't replace. You joined. Arjun screamed. But no one heard. The next morning, a truck driver passing through the highway reported an abandoned car parked on the roadside. Inside, there was no one. Just three things. A phone with no signal. Car keys still in the ignition. And on the fogged-up window, 3 words written from the inside. Don't stop here. But by then, it was already too late. Because every night, on that same highway, if you drive alone, you might see someone standing on the road, wearing white, asking for help. And if you stop, you don't leave. You become part of it. Waiting for the next car. Rahul was driving alone. The highway stretched endlessly ahead, quiet and empty. His playlist played softly in the background, breaking the silence just enough to keep him relaxed. He had no idea that this exact road, had already claimed lives. Many lives. As he drove, he noticed something strange. There were no other vehicles. Not even a single truck. Weird, he muttered. This highway is never this empty. He checked his phone. No signal. 0 bars. Network B Gaya. He sighed, tossing it onto the passenger seat. A few minutes later, his headlights flickered. Just once. Rahul frowned. Battery issue, he whispered. Then it happened again. This time longer. The road ahead went dark for a split second before the lights came back on. His grip tightened on the steering wheel. Okay. Not funny, he said nervously. The temperature inside the car suddenly dropped. Rahul rubbed his hands together. Why is it so cold? Then he saw it. A car parked on the side of the road. Its door slightly open. Headlights off. Rahul slowed down. Accident, he wondered. As he got closer, he noticed something unsettling. The car looked abandoned. Dust-covered parts of it, as if it had been there for days. That's not possible, Rahul said under his breath. He stopped his car a few meters ahead and looked back through the mirror. Something inside the parked car moved. Rahul's heart skipped a beat. Hello, he called out, stepping out slowly. No response. The silence felt heavy. He walked toward the car cautiously. Each step felt harder than the last. Maybe someone needs help, he said, trying to convince himself. As he reached the door, he pushed it open slightly. And froze. Inside the car, no one. But the inside glass was covered with something written again and again. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Rahul stepped back instantly. What the hell? Then suddenly, the car door slammed shut on its own. Rahul jumped in fear. Who's there? He shouted. No answer. But then, he heard something behind him. Footsteps. Slow. Dragging. Rahul turned around, and his blood ran cold. A man stood on the road, facing away from him, completely still. His clothes looked dirty, torn, almost like he had been there for days. Hey, Rahul called out. Are you okay? The man didn't respond, didn't move. Rahul hesitated, then took a few steps closer. Do you need help? Still nothing. Then slowly, the man's head tilted, not turning fully, just slightly, enough to feel wrong. Rahul stopped walking. Okay. This is not normal, he whispered. Then, in a voice that didn't sound human at all, the man spoke. You stopped. Rahul's heart started racing. What? The man's head turned a little more. Still not fully. Now you stay. Rahul stepped back. No. I'm leaving. He turned and ran toward his car. His hands shook as he grabbed the door handle and jumped inside. He locked the doors immediately. Just go. Just go, he whispered, trying to start the engine. It didn't start. Come on. Come on, he shouted. Outside, the man was gone. Rahul's breathing became heavy. Where did he go? Then, a knock on the back window. Rahul froze. Slowly, he turned his head and saw him, the same man, standing right next to the car now. But this time, his face was visible. Rahul screamed, because it wasn't a normal face. His eyes were completely black, and his mouth stretched into an unnatural smile. Exactly like the woman. Rahul shook his head. No, no. Then suddenly, another face appeared beside him. The woman in white, standing behind the man, and behind her, more figures, emerging from the darkness. Rahul's entire body went cold. They're the same, he whispered. They're all the same. Suddenly, his car engine started on its own. Rahul didn't waste a second. He slammed the accelerator and sped forward. I'm not stopping again, he shouted. The car raced down the highway. The figures disappeared behind him. For a moment, it felt like he escaped. But then, he saw someone standing in the middle of the road ahead. A girl, crying, holding her arm like she was injured. Please, help, she said weakly. Rahul's foot instinctively moved toward the brake. Then he remembered the words. Don't stop. He clenched his teeth. I'm sorry, he whispered, and pressed the accelerator harder. The car sped past her. For a second, nothing happened. Then, a loud thud, like something hit the car. Rahul's heart stopped. No, I didn't. He slowly looked in the rearview mirror. The road was empty. No girl. Nothing. But then, he heard it. From the back seat. A soft, broken voice. You didn't help me. Rahul's hands started shaking uncontrollably. He didn't need to look. He already knew. He wasn't alone anymore. The whisper came closer, right next to his ear. Now, you stay too. Rahul screamed as the car lights went out again, and the highway disappeared into darkness. Once more.